the government of Jamaica will not be calling any elections in this current situation. That is the furthest thing from our mind, and I had already said that we couldn't even contemplate elections until we have reached a very high threshold of vaccinations. We can't put the country through that. An election would cost billions, and we don't have billions to spend on that right now. But I think the fundamental point that is being made here, and it is so transparent, that the PNP have no interest in the national interest. They have no interest in the public good. They are only interested in politics. They don't want to face a defeat in a local government election, and therefore it's transparent what they're doing. They are saying, hey, don't call any elections because we don't want to lose. That is the furthest thing from my mind. Right now, there's no benefit to calling any elections. We already control local government, and we are already the government. What more is there to prove? You know, what they're saying is they don't want another defeat. So, you know, look, it is a great disappointment for me, because when we announced the tour, I met with the leader of the opposition and I invited him to participate in the tour and in these joint activities. I stood beside him in the constituency of Southwest St. Andrew, Angela Brown Burks, the MP there, and we both faced the press, and in that engagement, he expressed his support for vaccination, only to see recently some ambivalence, if not a retreat from that position of support. It's a sad day for Jamaica and Jamaican politics. It is just vulgar opportunism, and I think the country sees right through it. It's transparent for what it is. Right now, Jamaica is in a very delicate position, and as Prime Minister, I have to be so careful that my actions do not render the country apart. It is something that weighs on me all the time, that you know, we are a unitary society, or at least so we would like to feel. But there are many fault lines, as I've said before, in our society on which we could easily divide. And these fault lines are not always political. They cut across political beliefs. There are serious concerns about equity and fairness in our society, and whether or not the government in its action is acting in support of the poor. There are many people who feel alienated as to whether or not they are a part of the society and whether or not the government caters for them. There are many people who feel that they have special rights in the society and should be treated specially and want to separate from the society. There are those who have become antisocial, meaning that they have taken deliberate decisions not to be a part of the society, so they have decided to take on criminality, and they are, you know, fighting against the society effectively. That's what they have decided to do. And then there are those who say, you know, regardless of whoever is the government, I don't trust government. So there's nothing that the government can tell me. So I'm just going about my own business and don't include me in anything for the public good. So there are many fractures and fault lines in the society. And what COVID has done is to expose them. And many of them are, as you can see, are now open. So there are many fringe elements now that have decided to take advantage of the cracks that always exist in our society and are trying to exacerbate them with all kinds of rumors and misinformation, misleading information, which I spoke to earlier about information poverty, that are always trying to play mind games with the poor, to try and get the poor on their side against the government for what political reason? And I think that the opposition should have a higher level of understanding and a greater level of responsibility, is trying to play into that and play into opening up those cracks in our society for a political advantage, which at this time, when the entire society needs to be pulling together, that should not have been the position. But obviously they have taken their strategic decision. It's not for me to make any comments on. My job as Prime Minister is try and keep the society together, try and ensure that everybody's rights and freedoms are respected, and that we move together as one. There are those who feel we need to move faster. I agree we need to move faster, but what I wouldn't want is for us to move fast and make a mistake. So we will move together as one country, and we will get through this, and we'll do it very smartly, very respectfully, and very dignified as one country. There are many issues, as I've said, but what we wouldn't want is for the society to split apart on this one.